Hey everybody, it's Geekopolis here. So, I took a little bit of a break from doing videos because, well, I just had other things going on, but this has just come up, the release of the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer, and I want to discuss it. I mean, I'm not going to do like a breakdown or review of it or anything, but I just want to discuss it. So, sort of. Now, when I first seen it, my immediate thought going into it was this is either going to try and save Star Wars, or this is going to be the final nail in the coffin. You can probably assume which one I thought it would be. And when I watched it, I felt like I was absolutely correct. This looks, to me, awful. Now, I've been a critic of the new Star Wars from the very beginning. As soon as I found out that they're going to be emphasizing diversity and changing what everybody really wanted, which was an extension of the Luke saga. Now, he had a satisfying ending, which I am happy with, but if you wanted to, continue his adventure and his story in a meaningful and respectful way, that is what most fans wanted. Nobody was clamoring for Rey. Granted, she didn't exist yet, but nobody was, really pining for a character like her. A fucking Mary Sue that can do anything better than everybody because the Force wants her to. She's a woman, and Kathleen Kennedy's a fucking misandry. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat there. Seriously though, nobody wanted that. They just wanted a continuation of Luke's story in a meaningful way. And if you would have done that, I can guarantee you with 1,000% that no fans, real fans by the way, not the shrills that you fucking love, pandering to, would have loved the movies. There would have been no massive backlash, and it would have been great. You wouldn't have these divisions in your fan base. So, with that all being said, let's talk about the actual trailer itself. Well, it starts off with Rey. Well, again, this was one of the concerns I was afraid about, and literally, the first thing she actually does in the movie is jump over a TIE fighter with her lightsaber ignited. I'm like, oh, great. Literally, I think the first thing I said was, oh, great. She's even more powerful, even more spectacular than before, without any more, training by any masters. I guess she can train by herself, because she probably could just become a master by herself, because she's just that good, of course. So, that immediately rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, oh, great. She's still a Mary Sue, I see. So that was wonderful. We continue. We don't get a lot of information. We just get a lot of ships flying and people standing around. There's Luke's doing the voiceover. We taught you everything we know. 1,000 generations lie in you. I'm like, oh my fucking god, really? You didn't teach her shit. Again, this doesn't feel like a final episode. This feels like it does feel like it should have been number 8. Because, or that number 8 should have been a training and development episode, where it really, really wasn't. So, I don't even want to talk about number 8 because it was just awful. Last Jedi was, again, the worst Star Wars movie by a mile. I would rather watch the prequels just Jar Jar alone than watch that fucking movie. I'm telling you that right now. Awful. But this doesn't feel like a conclusion. It feels like it's missing a lot, or it's just undeserved. It really feels like it's very undercooked and undeserved to me, because she did not learn everything from Luke. They trained for, like, what, 2 days? Like, the most lightest training you can do. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. But okay, I thought that was nonsense. So, there wasn't much, again, that happened. Like, there's a scene with, like, her and Leia, like, they're crying. Again, I thought, you've known each other for, what? How many interactions have you really had? Like, a handful, maybe? I barely remember you talking, like, all of, like, what, 3 times, I think? Like, twice in the Force Awakens, and I don't even know if they talked. No, they did, a little bit, towards the end of The Last Jedi. So, to me, again, it doesn't feel earned. It just feels like it's just there. I mean, of course, there is a thing, women tend to cry and get emotional, and maybe that's what they're going for, but I don't know. Seems a bit against your feminist message, but no, I'm kidding. But again, it's just I don't feel like that is something that is earned compared to the reactions we should have got from Luke when Han died, or even the fact that like Chewie was upset, but he just moved on so quickly. Like, there's been so many reactions that should have been more intense, but there just weren't. Leia, it's the father of your kid. You have barely much of a reaction at all. It's whatever. But Rey, you guys are sitting there hugging and crying with each other. It's stupid. And I understand, yes, before somebody says, well, there's a time skip, so they probably got to know each other better in that time and form meaningful bonds. Okay, I will stipulate that that's possible, but if you're not gonna show any of it, then I'm gonna just assume that it's undeserved. So, the only other meaningful thing that happened was, and I honestly didn't catch it the first time I watched it, that little thing towards the end, like a crescent piece of like destroyed rubble, apparently that's like the second Death Star, and I'm like, first of all, why the fuck? And then when you hear the laughter at the end, I'm like, oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. I seriously, I'm that... I'm just going to say it. Apparently, the Emperor's back. I don't know in what capacity. It could, of course, him just being a Force Ghost, which, again, that does undermine a bit of the lore itself, where you have to be a light side user to become a Force Ghost. Because if not, what would be the point of being on the light side? Honestly, on the dark you get lightning. You get much more powerful abilities quicker. Pull, choke, push, mind trick. I know that the light side does have healing, but I think the dark side does have Freudian slip. The dark side does have healing abilities too, to some degree. And, just all the augmentations that come with being Force sensitive. So, such as increased reflexes, speed, strength, and such and such. So, why would anybody, if you can then become a Force Ghost, that's like one of the the better points of being a Jedi. You can essentially become immortal by becoming a Force Ghost. But if the dark side can now just do that, well, what does the light have that the dark doesn't? I mean, they can't use light. Well, they can. There is lightning used on the light side, but it's much weaker and it's not really designed to kill. I believe was it in one of the old stories. I think Master Platoon used that. It was like a yellow lightning. But again, it's not as powerful. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so that's stupid. And if he's not a Force Ghost, if he's like alive, like he that would be even more stupid, because what's the point the original trilogy then, if nothing mattered? I mean, granted, nothing mattered anyways, because the galaxy is under a tyrannical rule again anyways, in 30 fucking years. I don't see how how the galaxy can just keep forgetting things, though. Like, you forgot the Jedi Order in the, 15 years? You just had the Clone Wars. A massive galaxy war with tons of Jedi who've existed for 1,000 years. You know, without the Sith, because that's how long it was since the last Sith was seen. Because they've been hiding with the Rule of Two thing. So, and then another 30 years you completely forgot about Luke Skywalker, the guy who liberated the galaxy after the Empire took over? Like, I understand suppression of information, but really? What bullshit. But, again, that's not even close to a major issue, but it just really undermines the original trilogy even more. Like, it's already fucking halfway, covered in dirt after it's been buried and killed. But they're just putting on that last few piles to finish the burial at this point. So, really, if Palpatine's back in a ghost, as like a Force ghost, that'll be stupid. If he's back with an actual physical body, like his own body, that'll be even worse. So there's no good way around this. Now, again, in like the Legends and Extended Universe contents, he did create clone bodies, which he used the Force to possess. So he didn't fully die. But his main body did, but he did survive based on those comics and those stories. Those books and such. So, I can understand in a small capacity where these people are coming from when they say, well, it's not that bad. I mean, it's not like it's unheard of. But, my, again, grievance is, who is going to defeat Palpatine, though? Because it was Luke in those stories that was the one who ended up defeating him, as it should have been. Because it's his villain. His villain was never really Darth Vader. He was trying to convert Darth Vader. The villain was the Emperor. And it should have been his to defeat. It shouldn't be Rey's. We already know she's stronger than Kylo. He's in the trailer too, for like 2 seconds, where he's like stabbing somebody with a little side hilt of his lightsaber in like the weirdest way. It just looks goofy. Again, if you're in an actual combat and you do that, it's stupid. They don't know how weapons work. They honestly don't, because nobody would strike like that. Nobody strikes with the crossguard of their weapon. I mean, well, I guess if no, that's not entirely true. There is fighting styles in which you do that, but you wouldn't do it with a lightsaber. If you're gonna like half sword, where you grab the blade and you force the crossguard, particularly ones with points, onto the enemy, typically to try and impact their skull, especially if they're wearing like armor, because you're gonna have you can't slash it, and you're gonna have a much harder time piercing due to the, armor, usual chainmail underneath and gambeson, unless you're getting into certain points with enough force, say the armpits or the groin, the necks if it's unplated. I'm getting off track, but you can't do that with a lightsaber, because if you grab the blade, you're going to cut your hand off. So his design makes no sense, but I just want to mention that, yeah, he is in the movie. Or the trailer. Obviously he's in the movie. So, this whole thing, all of it seems stupid, and I've seen so many people just gushing over it. Oh my god, this actually looks pretty good. There's a lot of things that I like, And granted, there has been a lot of superficial things. People are like, oh, it looks nice, or oh, the score is good. I'm like, okay, great. My first and foremost issue is the story compelling and devoid of plot holes? That's all I'm asking for. Is it consistent? And to me, it doesn't seem like it is again. Now, here's the problem. Like, they had no fucking clue what they were doing with this movie. Or this sequel trilogy. Like, they kind of just, like, they handed it to JJ. He had an idea. They handed it to Ryan. He had his own idea. Then they handed it back to JJ, which was actually supposed to be what? Trevorrow, who was supposed to be doing this one. But then they said, no, we're going to give it back to JJ, and then now he's doing his own thing, which was kind of like his own vision, but it's not also based off Ryan's, which it still would have been to me anyways, like clusterfuck, if Abrams wrote the whole thing. But at least I don't think there would have been as many plot holes and contrivances that there are right now. There definitely wouldn't have been that stupid fucking space battle scene, which they are not going to address, I guarantee it. So anytime I see a spaceship now, I'm thinking, oh, fly into it. Just get a drone, or get a droid. You have them plentiful. Just do that. You know, there wouldn't have been stupid things like that. There wouldn't have been, at least, again, I don't know this for certain, but I almost can guarantee there wouldn't have been so stupid Canto Bite scene. There would have been actual training between Luke and Rey instead of, go away. I need your help. Go away. Well, I'm force sensitive. Fine, I guess I can help you. Sit on this rock. What do you see? What do you feel? Oh, I think I feel something. Ha ha ha. Joke. Joke, joke, joke. Nothing, no training. She becomes powerful. Yay. Stupid. Absolutely retarded. So, my final thoughts on this is, well, again, I didn't have much expectation for this trailer to begin with, but after seeing it, it has confirmed to me that yes, this is going to be a clusterfuck. It's going to be an absolute shit movie, just like The Last Jedi and just like The Force Awakens. It can't be worse than The Last Jedi unless they start doing absolutely ridiculous world-breaking things. I don't even know how you can do things like that anymore. Any worse or any more egregious than in The Last Jedi, but it is possible, but I cannot see them fucking up that bad ever again. Like, that's like the pinnacle of how to fuck your franchise, I think, honestly. Well, yeah, I mean, the only thing that came close is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, when they just took their things and just... Oh, God, so fucking stupid what they did with that movie, too. But to me, that's not even close to as bad as The Last Jedi, though. Like, they're not even in the same fucking league. But that's, like, the closest I can think of. I guess Terminator is another movie that kind of suffers from that. Like, they just kind of, like, break the world and just do whatever the fuck they feel like. But, you know, Star Wars, man, what are you gonna do? You know, there's the thing, though, like, I don't want to hate Star Wars, though. Like, I mean, I hate it because of what it is and what has happened to it. But I used to love Star Wars. And it sucks. It really does suck. Like, I'm not just this man baby that hates women or, you know, whatever. You know, I just can't get with the new characters. I'm just too focused on nostalgia. Blah, 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 blah. But honestly, though, it's nothing like that. I liked the universe, I liked the characters, and I liked the consistency that it had for the most part. Again, you're always going to have minor discrepancies, you know, with, you know, franchises, especially the longer it gets. But it was, for the most part, consistent. Now, the new ones are just bullshit story, fuck all consistency, and constant pandering to the woke crowd. So it's so fucking retarded to me that, oh, you just don't like it because you're this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. You just hate Star Wars. You're just a hater. No, I don't want to hate Star Wars. I really don't. I wish I loved it. I wish I can come on here and say, oh, it was so cool, and then there's this. I can do that about the other movies. I can do that about the old movies just fine. And it's not like I'm just like, oh, you just praise the OT. No, I love the prequels, too. I get more enjoyment watching the prequels, actually. The OT is better in terms of quality, but enjoyment, I enjoy watching the prequels more. I'm really into politics, though. A lot of people don't like that, so that's something that when I watch it, I'm like, oh, I understand it and I enjoy it. A lot of people get bored with it, so I understand why people don't like it, and I do concede, yeah, Jar Jar is fucking stupid. But, and young Anakin is a bit annoying, and when I say a bit, I do understand, yeah. The dialogue does suck, but, again, those are, to me, minor things in comparison to the sequel series. So, I don't want to hate it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to hate it. Unless they do a fantastic job explaining everything that was fucked up with the last movie, and the questions we still never had answered from the first one, number 7, Force Awakens. So, good luck, but I'm not holding my breath, and after this trailer, I'm really not, because it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. I'm calling it right now. It's gonna suck. But, tell me what you guys think in the comments. I'm really interested to know, am I being too harsh on this? What do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think that Abrams is actually going to fix the problems, or he's just going to ignore them? I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. Please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe. God bless.